Hey folks, this is Nick from First Coast Math Clinic. In this lesson, we're going to figure out which of these two options is a better deal. Our two choices: first choice, we have an 18-inch large pizza for $20. Second option, we have a 14-inch medium pizza for $16. So we've got two things you have to look at. First, you have to look at, well, how much pizza are we getting? All right, so we've got one option, 18 inches of pizza compared to 14 inches for our medium. And then the second thing we have to consider is, well, how much does each pizza cost? So we've got to figure out kind of the cost per square inch and do some comparison with our large compared to our medium. All right, well, let's get into it. All right, so starting with our large, we know that our size is 18 inches. So that's going to be the diameter of our pizza. So let's just draw that in. So we've got our pizza here. So if I draw that in, that's our 18 inches. And then our radius right here is going to be 9 inches. So that's our radius. And what do we need to calculate to figure out, well, how much pizza exactly are we getting? Are we looking at circumference? Or are we looking at area? Well, we want to figure out area because we want to figure out, well, how much space is here, right? That's where our pizza is. So we want to figure out area, and our area formula is pi r squared. So we're going to use our area formula. So using our area formula, pi r squared, with our radius of 9, we're going to have pi times 9 to the second power, and then 81 times pi. And I want to get an approximate value, so let's use 3.14 for pi. So we'll do 81 times 3.14. And when we multiply that out, we're going to get an area of 254.34 inches squared. All right, so our units are always going to be squared since we're finding area. So our pizza area for our large is 254.34 inches squared for our large pizza. All right, let's figure out how much pizza we're getting for our medium pizza. All right, so we know that our large pizza has an area of 254.34 inches squared, and the cost is $20. So let's figure out our medium pizza. So we know the medium pizza has a diameter of 14 inches, so the radius is 7. So let's illustrate that. So if we draw that in, our diameter is 14, and our radius is 7. So let's figure out how much pizza we're getting here. So again, we want to use our area formula, pi r squared. So area equals pi times our radius 7 squared. So area equals 49 times pi. And then for pi, we're going to use 3.14. So area equals 49 times 3.14. And 49 times 3.14 is 153.86 inches squared. So each medium pizza should have 153.86 inches squared worth of pizza. All right, so obviously we're getting less pizza than a large pizza, but our cost is less. So the cost is $16 per pizza. So let's compare the cost per dollar, the cost per square inch, and see, well, which of these two is really a better deal? Is a large pizza a better deal, or the medium pizza a better deal in this scenario? Okay, so we figured out our large pizza and medium pizza area and cost. Now we want to compare the two and figure out, well, what is the cost per inch squared? And by keeping our denominator consistent, having 1 inch squared as our denominator, we can compare the cost at a constant rate, right? I can't say, well, it's $20 for 254.32 inches squared, but $16 for 153.86 inches squared. It's difficult to compare those two and do a fair comparison. But if I say, well, how much for 1 inch squared, then I can say easily, well, which one is more expensive, which one is less expensive. So to do that, we have to do some division. All right, let's start with our large pizza. So let's start with our cost. So I want to start with our large pizza. So I'll start with our cost, $20, and put that over our area. And just to make our math a little bit easier, I'm going to round our numerator to the nearest hundredth, to the nearest cent. And when I divide this out, we're going to get 1 inch squared in the denominator. And in the numerator, we should get 0.08 cents. So about 8 cents per inch squared. So every inch squared costs about 8 cents to make. Now, for our medium pizza, let's do the same thing. We'll take $16, divide that by our total area, 153.86 inches squared. We want to be able to compare this, right? So we're going to get 1 inch squared, because now when I have the same denominator, 1 inch and 1 inch, I can make a fair comparison. And when I divide 16 by 153.86, I'm going to get about 10 cents per inch squared. So every inch squared costs us 10 cents here for our medium pizza. For the large pizza, it costs 8 cents. So the large pizza is going to be a cheaper option than our medium pizza. If we want to look at this a different way, we could also say, well, how much pizza does $1 get us? So in that way, we're going to be dividing our inches. Let me write that a little differently. We can divide our inches squared by our cost. So this question So how much pizza does $1 purchase? So our previous ratio was cost over area squared, or $1, 1 inch squared. Well, this is going to be our area. So our inch squared over our cost. All right, so if we start with our large, our area, 254.34 over 20. If we divide that out, we're going to get 12.7 inches squared per $1. So every dollar will buy us 12.7 inches squared. Okay, for our medium pizza, if we flip this right, so $16 and then 153.86 inches squared. If we divide that out, we're going to get 9.6 inches squared over, that shouldn't be inches, should be dollars, over $1, right? So even when we change the question, say how much pizza does $1 purchase? Our large pizza, $1 is getting us more pizza. $1 is getting us 12.7 inches squared for our large pizza compared to 9.6 inches squared for our medium pizza. All right, now we can just stop here, but let's take this a step further. Let's look at some different scenarios with this problem. All right. All right, so let's do some little bit of extension with this problem, and say we still have the original large pizza. Area is 254.34 inches squared for $20, but now the pizza place offers a deal. So now we can get two medium pizzas for $25. Okay. So original price was $14. Now we can double that, get two medium pizzas for $25. So only $5 more on top of for only $5 additional dollars above a large pizza, we can get two medium pizzas for $25. Does it still make sense to get a large pizza, or should we get the two medium pizzas deals? Okay, so let's just review some of the stuff we did with our large pizzas. We know that our cost per 1 inch squared, when we figured that out, we did 20 divided by 254.34 inches squared, and we said that was 8 cents per 1 inch squared. Or where we flipped that and we said, all right, well, how many inches squared, or how much area, how much pizza can we get per $1 per our cost? When we switched that and divided, we took the reciprocal and divided. We did 254.34. I just want to review this with everybody, and then divided by $20 for every $1. We got 12.7 inches squared worth of pizza. That's not dollars. Okay, so two ways we could compare this, right? We could figure out what's our cost per inch squared. So it's 8 cents per inch squared. Or we could figure out, well, how much pizza will $1 get me? $1 will get me 12.7 inches squared worth of pizza. All right, so let's do the same thing for two medium pizzas. We know that one medium has an area of, we said it was 153.86. So let's double that, multiply by 2, because now we're getting two pizzas. So we're going to get 307.72 inches squared, and our cost is $25. So let's figure out, well, what is the cost per inch squared? So I want my cost, $25, over my inch squared, 307.72. And let's divide this out. So for 1 inch squared, we get 0.81, so a little bit more than 8 cents. So this is still slightly more expensive. When I originally got this originally was like, I had to round this to get to 8 cents. So it was originally like 0.079. So I rounded this value to 8 cents. This is 0.081. So this value here is slightly more expensive than this value, right? Because it was originally 0.079. All right, so the two medium pizzas is still slightly more expensive than the one large pizza. Now let's flip that ratio and get the inches squared over cost. All right, so let's figure out how much pizza we're getting for $1 for our two medium pizzas, right? We know that for our large pizza, every dollar gets us 12.7 inches squared. So let's flip this ratio. We'll do 307.72 inches squared divided by $25. And when we divide that out, we're going to get 12.3 inches squared per $1. So we're getting slightly less. Slightly less as my dog's bark in the background. So we have a difference of 4/10. So that one large pizza still is a better deal, right? Because we're getting more pizza for $1, and even when we calculate it, the cost per inch squared, our cost per inch squared is less than our 2 medium pizzas. All right. Let's go one step further on this and figure, okay, well, if we want to get 1 medium pizza, well, when does the 1 medium pizza have to be what is the price point for 1 medium pizza need to be a better deal than the large pizza? So let's look at that. Okay, so we have our information for our large pizza and our medium pizza. We've got the area that we figured out and the original cost. Let's figure out, well, what does this medium pizza, that original medium pizza, need to be priced at to be as good or better, a better deal than the large pizza, right? So we know that. Let's use our ratio of how much pizza we're getting for $1. So we're going to do our area over our cost. All right, so that's going to be that was our 254.34 inches squared over our $20. So for each dollar purchased us 12.7 inches squared of worth of pizza for our large pizza. So let's figure out, we know that for our medium pizza, let's create a little table to organize this. All right, we've got our area, we've got our cost, and then we want the ratio of area to cost. So our area is 153.86. The original cost was 16 when we set up the ratio, 153.86 to 16. Well, that gave us 9.6 inches squared, right? So we want a value that is equal to or more than 12.7, which means that for every dollar we pay for our medium pizza, we're getting as much or more pizza than compared to our large pizza, right? So let's figure out, well, the area is not going to change. We're not going to make our pizza bigger. We've got to adjust that cost. So let's drop the cost and see how it impacts the area per cost ratio, area to cost ratio. So let's say, what if the cost is $14, right? So let's do 153.86 divided by 14. Now, what is our ratio? So if I do 153.86 divided by 14, we get 10.99 inches squared. So now we're getting almost 11 inches squared worth of pizza per dollar. And let's drop this a little bit more. So let's do like 13. So 153.86 divided by 13. Here we get 11.8 inches squared. We drop to 12. We're going to get 12.8 inches squared. So at this point, all right, we realize that the amount of pizza we're getting here is more than the amount of pizza we're getting for the large pizza per dollar. Okay, so at $12, the medium pizza becomes a better deal than the large pizza. Now you also get into the fact, like, how much does it cost to make the medium pizza? Is this a reasonable cost to offer the medium pizza? So there's a whole bunch of other factors, but that's what the pizza has to be sold at to be as good or better, a better deal than our large pizza. Okay. All right, so this video was on figuring out which option was a better deal, comparing two pizzas. Did a little bit with circles, and then did a little bit with kind of cost analysis, comparing the area to the cost. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you're subscribed. Leave a comment for any videos you'd like to see made, and check out the card for the video that's going to come up at the end of this one, which is on finding the area and circumference of circles. All right. I hope these videos are helping you guys. This is Nick from First Coast Math Clinic.